I have no idea what's going on. Hello, everyone. I'm the okayest bassist, and for some reason, things are going wrong. Stop it. Go away. Okay. So, hello, everyone. I'm the okayest bassist. This is the BASSics, volume 58. I don't know why my screen is being weird. Stop it. Okay. I have some really weird thing going on the iPad right now. Don't know what's going on. It like restructured everything. Okay, now it's gone. Now it came back. I just want to see the chat. There's no one in the chat. Okay, so BASSics volume 58. That's where we are. So this is the live stream that I like to do. I hopefully typically do it every week. It is typically on lessons of things I wished I'd known whenever I first started playing. Sometimes we throw in like an actual educational lesson on here's how to play a certain song or here's a technique. Excuse me. This particular week, what we have planned, and there is supposed to be some folks joining when possible. Let's see here. Okay, had a message from one. Anyone who is here, howdy, Pastor Groove. Anyone who is here, the plan is I will be at NAMM. We'll be doing a bass house. The attendees are quite limited this year. There won't be a lot of us at the bass house. It'll be myself, Chris Volpini will be there. Chris is bringing, I believe it's Aristotle Jones is his name, one of his bandmates. And then we will also have Low End Lobster, Leah. She will be there. So we're going to try to do the I love you too, my wife decides to comment. So we will be doing a bass house. We're like 5-10 minutes away from the venue. But we will be doing a bass house. And then, of course, we'll be at NAMM. So what I'm wanting to know, Leah did not see the message, or at least it doesn't show that she's seen the message. So I don't believe she's going to be joining tonight. Chris is trying to get joined. However, he is having technical problems. So I don't know what is going on there. Let's see here. So Chris hasn't joined yet, but since he will be here, what I'm wanting to do is get some ideas and opinions from you guys, seeing what, if there's any specific content you would like to see put together, or that you would like to actually, that you would want me to make sure I go look at, record, do whatever. I started throwing a list together of what I want to see at NAMM. So one is the folks at Hills. I will be going to see them. They're actually supposed to be sending me a bass here in a few days, maybe a week. I'm supposed to have it before NAMM so that I might possibly be able to take it to NAMM to hand it off to someone else to do a review, help with a little bit of postage. I do plan to go see the folks at GK. I did have, if you saw the video from New Year's Eve, I had a GK Plex here on my desk, and it just didn't work out for some reason. It had some really weird, like digital buzzing static to it. It seemed to be significantly less when it went into the interface, but it was a lot when it went to the Spark 2, which is just a flat response, full frequency monitor, basically. So I don't know why that was happening. The person just told me to return it. I will plan to see the folks at Positive Grid, because I want to talk to them about a couple things, see if they have any plans on. I would like to see Positive Grid do something similar to like the anagram. I'd love to get an anagram, but that's not in the cards. I would like to see them do something like that. similar to their Spark situation, but not necessarily having to have the speaker built in. And mostly like the anagram, I'd love to see it have an XLR. Now, granted, I could get a 1/4 inch to XLR adapter and make that work. That wouldn't be hard. But a lot of times adapters, you have a problem with latency or conversion. So I would love to, I could always get like a Spark Mini and then use it just for the processor. But I want to talk to them and see about that and a couple other things. I'll go to the Ibanez booth. Obviously, I like the EHBs, and I've played a lot of different Ibanez's. I've enjoyed a lot of them. I plan to go there, though I highly doubt there's going to be any real content, except maybe last year they did the 2 new EHBs, the one that was like all blue with the blued hardware, like blue chrome looking hardware. And then they had I think it's like a pale moon ebony finish EHB. So it wasn't anything that was like a new model or anything that was like a better EHB. So I'll see if they have anything. If they do, then definitely we'll get it. Otherwise, it'll just be me looking at stuff. Do plan to go to the Sire booth. If you watched Johnny Dibble's live stream that he did with Low End Lobster and AMP, the bass player, and Chris, that guy on bass, you would have seen that nearer to the end of it, Low End Lobster started talking about the new Sire stuff that they've announced that I'm sure they'll have at NAMM. They're supposed to have, I guess, a new deluxe version of the F10, and it's headless, covered in, however you pronounce it, spalted maple, whatever. Looks really interesting. Not multi-scale, so not a huge driver for me to want to get it, but I'd still love to play it because you never know. Maybe get it, play it, and be like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, and then we would have to see. I do plan to go to the Spectre booth. Went there last year. They had some really cool stuff. They offered to let me play stuff, and I just didn't play anything basically at NAMM. I wasn't super big on playing anyone's stuff, mostly because you don't really have a chance to sit down. And if I am standing in any way, shape, or form, I want a strap. And except for one day, I forgot to throw my D'Addario auto-locking strap into my bag. So I wasn't exactly going to be comfortable trying to play anyway. Of course, I'm going to go see the folks at Close because, I mean, awesome bass, awesome neck, sounds good, really good. Have to bend Adam's ear to see if there's any chance at a headless multi-scale, because that would be fantastic. And then there are folks, they're AC guitars. They're Scottish folks, and they were awesome. They were super friendly. Even Nate Navarro put part of a video together about NAMM, and when he did, he mentioned them. They were just super nice. The guy was super knowledgeable and just absolutely happy to sit and talk about whatever I had questions on. And I had a lot, because he had like some weird electronics on his bass. He was explaining stuff to Bully, and Bully understood what the guy was talking about, and I was lost about how he wired the knobs to do different things. But it was pretty neat. So that is the general stuff I have currently. Now, obviously, we're just going to walk around the floor. I do plan to go see the folks at SIT, because I want to see. Last year they had asked if I was interested in trying some of their strings. They don't make a tape, and they didn't have any like giveaways of flats. But I do have a project in the works using one of the basses where I want to do like a flat string comparison, not just flat wounds and tape wounds. Like no EQ, same bass, different strings, straight into the interface so that there's nothing getting in between. It's just the transmission from bass to the interface. That is my hope. I currently have SIT foundations that I got in. I have a set of SIT flats. I have a set of D'Addario ETV 925s. And then I have a set of D'Addario. They were a set of beta test strings they sent me. So I was able to, I'm going to try and get a recording of all of those to give some comparison. But now that I've floundered about stalling for time, the real star of the show is here, Chris Volpini.
What a terrible show.
Yeah, well, you know, by our powers combined, we can really bore people.
Yes.
I think I figured out what weirdness is going on.
Nice big gash on my face for everybody to see.
Well, there you go. That's what you get for bar fighting.
Close. Puppy fighting.
Oh, well, you know. one vicious creature. Okay, I disappeared. Come back. Stop it.
He's teasing. Hopefully this won't be much longer.
Oh, I don't know about that. That's fine. I don't. Well, hi, sir. My 4-year-old is crawling around under my desk. I just noticed him. Do I have a delay for you?
No, you were kind of cutting in and out for a second, but it went away.
Okay. It seems from when I say something until I hear your response, there seems to be a delay. So I'm not 100% sure if it's something weird with my internet or what. The iPad went crazy.
What took me so long was I had to. We wiped this computer because I usually only use this computer during schoolwork and stuff like that. And we just had we had to delete a bunch of stuff, and I got overzealous with it, and because basically I never delete my emails, so like I had like over 1 million emails between like spam and everything, so we just had to go through and delete everything. So like
I do it.
I'm not techie, and I did something, and I ended up deleting like all my saved account, like all my saved login stuff, and I couldn't remember my passwords, and I accidentally deleted the list of passwords, and it was a lot of fun.
Sounds fun. So I don't know what's going on my side. The iPad normally runs everything, but it seems like somehow it pushed everything to the Mac. So I don't know. I'm just trying to.
I mean, on my end, everything is fine. So I don't know.
Okay,
what it's
that's
like
good.
on your end.
It's fine. It, like I said, the only big thing was it seemed like it was a good second or two from when I would finish talking before you would hear that I'd finished. So
Yeah.
either way, it seems to be fine. Maybe it leveled itself out. I don't know. So I don't know how much you heard before joining.
You want to see?
Because I don't know what happens when someone's in the studio.
You want to go to the SIT booth? That's what I saw.
Okay. So I was listing the different places that I do want to visit at NAMM. Leah had said on Johnny's live stream that you guys are playing at a booth. Is that right?
That's correct. Aristotle and I were so I brought Close into the store that I work at because we were looking for like a high-end acoustic brand that like wasn't. I mean, we deal Martin. We're not a Taylor dealer. We have a couple Taylors right now. But we kind of at the same point. Every shop has Martin and Taylors, and we're not. And our theory is that like people aren't going to drive to get a Martin or a Taylor. So we were looking at alternative high-end acoustics, just to make it worth somebody driving to us. And So I got
Sure.
close in the store. But anyway, they called just for some. They wanted to do some training with me on upcoming product and stuff like that. And um, because I'm kind of like the guy now for the different brands that we carry. I'm kind of the brand manager. So they're going to train me up on some stuff, and then in turn, I'm supposed to train everybody else in the store. Just like be able to rattle stuff off your head when people have questions and not have to go look it up and stuff like that. But so anyway, they called about that, and they know about Aristotle, and the one guy that works there really likes the music, and
Mm.
we were just talking about what we were doing for like, and I just made the offhand comment. I said, I'll see you guys at NAMM, and they said, "Oh, are you going?" I said, "Yeah, we'll be out there." They said, "We as in you and Aristotle?" I said, "Yeah," and they want us, then they booked us to play the booth.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, that was the thing is I was like, well, I kind of have a close base, but
If I
they're
need to, I
cool.
can bring mine, but I know they'll have plenty at the booth.
Well, and that, and I think it's kind of good for me to play mine because it showcases the replacement necks, which not everybody
Absolutely.
knows on it. So, and that's going to be a big push. That's going to be the big push with them at our stores, because we're going to be starting a mod shop, and
Oh,
I already have Lawler and Fralin, and we already have Close. We have we don't have any of the bass necks, but we have the guitar necks.
hmm.
And we're gonna mod. We have these Squires that we've had for a long time, and we're gonna mod them. We're gonna put we have Graph Tech in the shop now. I just got Graph Tech. I'm working on Hip Shot. DiMarzio, we're working on DiMarzio. I'm hoping I have a meeting with them at NAMM, and uh, just a few other pickup companies like Bare Knuckle and like mostly guitar companies. The only things with bass we have right now is Lawler and DiMarzio. Well, we don't technically have DiMarzio yet. We're working on it. But we have Lawler, Fralin, and uh, wow, Uliate, for pickups, for bass pickups. But then we're gonna get we'll probably get Ian, all the names you've heard. We'll probably end up getting.
So are you
Probably,
guys, when you say a mod shop, are you meaning that like customers come in and say, "Hey, I want this stuff
well, it's
done to this instrument," or more so like you guys are just going to Frankenstein stuff at the shop and sell them?
no, that would be too risky, honestly. We're going to do one, and we're going to make a YouTube video, and we're going to give it away and stuff like that. So we're going to do that one. Will be what we want because we have a refinishing service. We have, we're going to completely redo this. Probably going to be a Telecaster, because the Strats sell better, frankly. The Squire Strats sell better than the Tellys. So it'll probably be a Telecaster that we do, and then we'll do a giveaway through our YouTube channel. It's to help get it going,
Sure.
but it's also a good video. It's a solid video. It shows all the services we offer. But no, our shop is known already as far as having the best repairman in this area. So I'm basically just capitalizing on that reputation because he already does a lot of this stuff. We're just gonna put more of a machine behind it instead of people getting all the stuff themselves and try to get them to get it through us. We'll give them better prices, and
Sure.
it'll be a win-win. It'll up our revenue.
Guarantee of quality,
Save.
not, "Hey, I found this on Reverb and it's been pulled out of 8 different instruments and they don't know."
Exactly, and that's the thing we're going to do is so say they're doing a complete overhaul. They're put a close neck, new pickups, new pots, new hardware, blah blah blah. So we have to abide by MAP policy for everything. So we can only cut prices on the components to a certain degree. But the service we're going to provide is if you get the components through us, we're going to give you a price break on the installation.
Sure.
So that you still, because we can't get around MAP policy. I mean, that's we could lose the dealership status over it. So, but what we can do is make it up in service. So installation
Yeah.
as a service, so we can. It's not going to be free, but it's going to be like
Yeah.
overall they will save money doing it this way.
Oh yeah. Make it kind of a no-brainer of let us do it for
Exactly.
you, because if you're going to buy the parts without the discount we can provide, then
Yes.
it might cost you the same, but we can have
And
a
you might,
professional.
and you might get parts, used or whatever. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, but this is a way for us to be like, well, you can spend the same amount of money overall and get brand new components with warranties and da 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 da. So
Yeah. Sounds smart.
that's the goal. That's the goal. I've already made a bunch of moves to make us. We have the like the number one string selection. We're going to be the number one pedal shop, uh, and then we got some we got some like very popular brands, and then we got some more obscure brands
Kind of like
for
close.
Close, Fano, Trussart, but we also have PRS, we have Boss, we have Guild, Yamaha.
So with the repair guy, um, obviously I'm guessing he's already been staying busy anyway, being a well-known in the
Mm-hmm.
area. So is there a plan to have like apprenticeship or something where he's not going to have
He
just
already
a,
has somebody that he's
oh,
training.
that's good. I'm about to say
Yeah, that
the shop that I use, they've had my, well, what should be right here, my GOC, the orange one. He's had it for, I don't know, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, because he just has racks. And then as soon as he pulls one off the rack, he moves everything down. And then when he gets to yours, he gets to yours. But
and that happens with us too at times. Like if we have to order a part, we're at the mercy of getting this part, and things get delayed. I mean,
yeah,
there's been times where people will bring us some really challenging stuff. Like one time, this guy brought in it's like circa 1990s Alvarez Yari 12 string, beautiful guitar. But one of the tuning machines came out, so we didn't know if it was Alvarez, because Yari is its own manufacturer. That there's a partnership with Alvarez, but we don't know what tuners are getting used here. Is it Alvarez? Is it Yari? Or do they use the same ones? Is it Godo? Is it something else? And then it was a matter. Then it was we found out pretty quickly it was Godo, but then it was ended up being this thing that they haven't made since then, at the exact size and everything.
mm,
And that it took a few months
yeah,
trying to
find one
find
that
it,
matched.
and we ended up finding somebody was selling them on Reverb, and we bought them, and now we have 12 tuners. 11. We had to use one of them for that guy,
I'd
but
say
yeah,
they had a set of 13 available. It was great.
yeah, no, but stuff like that happens.
Oh, yeah.
If the
I kicked myself because when Eins was being built, I wanted it to have the tuning machines from the EHBs. Well, I messaged Gustav, the guy who was making it, and I was like, I want Ibanez tuners if possible. And he said, well, let me see. He came back to me a couple weeks later. He's like, I have checked every hardware dealer
yeah,
that I can get a hold of, because he's in um, Croatia. And he's like, I found one place that has them, and they have three, and they want like €100 to get these things. And I was
damn,
like, yeah, let's not. And then I ended up finding a set of five someone had on Reverb for like $60-70 for the whole set.
So
And
why did it have to be the Ibanez ones? Why didn't you use? Doesn't like Hipshot or somebody make something along those
oh, a
lines?
bunch of them. Yeah, a bunch of them make them. It's just the Ibanez ones have all three dimensions you can adjust. So you can change string width, height, intonation, but also like the whatever you call it, the knurling, the
Yeah.
texture on the back is really good. Like they're nice and grippy. Whereas some of them that I've had are not. So like on the EHBs, they have a really good amount of grip. And then the ones that I don't remember what company he ended up buying, he told me, but I wasn't paying attention. So this one, they have like this flat carve across the bottom, so you could feasibly get like a hex in there if you wanted. It's 6 points, or you get like a really wide flat, like maybe even a like an Allen key that fits inside those slots if you needed the extra leverage. But these, just like, they're not as textured on the bottom, they're more stiff to turn. I just really liked the EHBs because they had all of the different adjustments you can make, where maybe you go to a heavier gauge string and you're just more preferential to have it in on the neck a little bit, or who knows what. It's also a neck through, so there's not, you know, any options to really adjust that. Like, you couldn't loosen the neck and then tilt it one way or the other if it starts to develop a problem later. I just really liked the EHB's tuners, which luckily when Gorthauer was made, he was able to find the EHB
It's
tuning
odd that
machines,
Ivan
which
is
made
the
me
best
happy
option
because,
for a bridge.
huh?
I said it's funny that to hear Ibanez as being the best option for a base bridge, because usually their stock bridges are kind of, that's usually what people have problems with if they have problems.
Oh, I'm about to say the
Not so much on the
individual
higher end.
tuning machines is the thing of it. But either way, and then there's the different tuning machines that are on like the Strandberg, because it has a different setup. And then things like Quartz Space 5 has an even different system, which I'm pretty sure it's the exact same hardware as on Albedo, my second from Lignum Art. I think it's the exact same hardware, which is also the same that's on the Hills. These two,
Okay.
now this one's gold and this one's black, but I think they're the exact same hardware, which, like, Leah talked whenever she did her review of Sire's M6, their headless multi-scale.
Mm-hmm.
And her only, she said that the tuning machines on it, I guess they had complaints. They were really stiff at first, but she said even when she did a string change, once she got it moving, it was fine. But theirs, like when I got my hands on theirs last year at NAMM, they're almost smooth. Like, they have a texturing, but it's like a smooth rippling of the metal. Like, you have to have, if your fingers are sweaty, you're probably not turning it very easily, because you'd have to crank down and pressure. Whereas the Ibanez have just a really good, like, actual texture to them. But again, when I ordered Eins, I'd only ever messed with like 2 headless instruments before that. One was an Ibanez and one was like an El Cheapo Chinese knockoff, which was not good at all. Like, its tuning stuff was garbage.
Yeah.
But
There's
either
somebody
way,
at work that has those Chinese knockoffs are dangerous. There's somebody at work that has one. It's the dude from Trey Anastasio. What is the name of the guitar he plays?
I don't know.
But they're like $10,000 or something like that.
Oh,
And he has this Chinese replica of it, and it's been at the shop for like 6 months trying to get this thing to play without. It has humps in the fingerboard, and we're trying to like do everything we can to not have to pull all the frets out, sand it down, and refret it, and it's
seems
just
in
been
6
and then,
months
like,
that
the
might have been the
electronic.
better option.
Well, they have like a 5-way switch where there should be a 3-way switch, and like, 2 of the
Extra
settings are
options.
just yeah. Well, no, the 2
Those
of the
are
settings are like
producer
a kill.
settings.
2 of the settings are like a kill. They actually kill the guitar. However they wire it up.
But they're on
So
spots 1 and 4. So
yeah,
it's in random locations.
microphonic pickups, just like,
Well, that's for when you're a singer player. You can get real
terrible
close to the
everything.
instrument.
But that's the
No.
joke I've been telling them is by the time we fix it, you may as well just bought the real thing.
Yeah. My brother-in-law really likes the look of the, what is it, Tosin Abasi.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
remember
like
if it's
that
like an 8
20
string or
string,
something.
whatever it is.
It's like, I think it's an 8 string is the one that he
Mhm.
likes, and he was talking about them, and on a whim, I don't remember if it was AliExpress, I think is where I went on, and I found one. It was like $600. I was like, here you go, found you a deal. He goes, yeah, and then by the time I'm done upgrading everything to the pickups and the tuners and all that, I was like, well, you probably need to replace the neck and the bridge and the body and
Okay.
uh-oh. I don't know. Yeah, you replace.
But
It's like
so
I have a cousin who's
what's
a
the
mechanic.
subject?
He said every
What
vehicle
we're
needs
hoping
the,
for?
huh?
No, you're cutting it
I'm
out.
guessing the lag is back.
Yeah, it is.
There is a delay. Let me see if I can fix it. If I drop that out. Did that help at all? The lag still seems to be there then. That's not helpful. I don't know if Chris is frozen for anyone else, but he's frozen for me. Can you hear me? That's not good. Am I here? Do I exist?
Yeah, it seems
Okay.
okay.
I
Can you hear me?
literally, so what I think was happening on my side is, rather than the Mac sharing with the iPad like it's supposed to, I think both of them were independently trying to stream, and our internet isn't that good. So I'm
Got
thinking that could be what happened. Um, Still seems like there might be a little bit of lag
I
between
don't
the
see
two
any
of us,
issues
but
now.
I don't know. Either way, yeah, the topic of discussion, the point of discussion originally was um, which booths, if anybody watching in the chat had like a, oh hey, you definitely should check this out. I went through my list, which was Hills. I do want to see. I looked and I don't see them in the list. I checked both under Galleon Kruger and GK, and I didn't see them listed. Um, so I don't know if it's under
They
something else.
haven't been at NAMM. They haven't been at the last. I don't know, obviously, about last year, but they have been
They were last
joined.
year, which was really
Okay.
stupid because like Orange had 2 or 3 booths, and they had their like giant wall of amps and TVs and stuff built, and GK was right behind them on their backside. So it was like you never would see them unless you happened. And they were like, Orange was probably 2 rows from the wall. So it really, from any distance, it looked like Orange was there, and then it was probably just like an empty sitting walkway behind them, kind of thing. And then you went back there, and GK was there. So they might not. I don't
Hmm.
know. But if they are, I'd like to see them. I want to stop by and talk to the folks at Positive Grid. I'd said Ibanez, but Ibanez, like last year, they did the two new EHBs, the one that's blue with like the blue chromed hardware, and then the Pale Moon Ebony. And those were the only new things they did, which were just EHB 15 series that had different hardware and finish. Obviously, want to go to the Sire booth, especially since they have that new F10 Deluxe headless that they showed out. I'm interested in seeing it, but it's also not multi-scale, and I like multi-scale. I find it more comfortable for me anyway. So I don't know that I'm super worried or on it. I want to go back to the Spectre booth because I really want to try one of the Spectre Dimensions because I want to get one. They're multi-scale, and I didn't try a Spectre, but at Base House I did try Sono's Ibanez that I guess was like a lawsuit Ibanez because they had curved the back of it like a Spectre. And then of course we're always going to be at this. I'm going to go to the Close booth for sure. I have to find out how much I can bug Adam into making a headless multi-scale Close base. That's obviously needed. SIT, I'd said last, and the one right before them is there's a company called AC Guitars. And it's a guy, it was last year at least, it was a guy and his wife, and they're Scottish, and they were just super friendly and awesome to talk to. Like Bully had to go to the bathroom, so he went to the bathroom, and of course there was a line. So they were, unfortunately for them, right outside the bathroom, between the doors to the bathroom and like where you could go pay $6 for one hot dog. And they were just wedged between those two like doorways. So I stood there, and it was so loud. The people probably thought that I was insane because I walked up, and it's so loud because it was near Orange's booth, which was loud the whole time. There were like 5 other booths nearby that were super loud. So I walk up and I'm looking at the bases, and they're all, oh yeah, they're all beautiful. And the lady comes up, and I didn't hear her when she was talking to me because I'm also hearing impaired anyway. So it didn't help that it was also loud and I just have noise everywhere. And then she like lightly touched me on the shoulder, and I turned, and she was talking to me, and I couldn't understand what she said, but I read her lips that she was like, "Do you want to try one?" And I was like, "No, I don't." And I didn't say anything because I know she's not going to hear me. So I started signing, like embarrassed of little bits that I know. I was like, "No, I'm good. It's fine. I don't play." And she gives me this look like, "Why is there a deaf guy at NAMM? What is he doing?" And then she tells me if I want to play one, just let them know. They're happy to let us play. And then Bully comes out, and the husband started talking about the bass and how it has like a filter inside it or something. I don't know. I didn't understand at all what he was talking about, but it had like 48 knobs. It was like 7.
It's Alembic was kind of I don't know if they were the inventor, but they popularized. It's a filter-based preamp instead of like a PCD or whatever.
But he started talking to Bully, and Bully played one, and it was ridiculously pretty. And then Bully loved how it played. Their prices weren't stupid. I mean, they were like a couple $1,000s, but they're handmade. All
what was
that.
The company?
AC Guitars.
AC Guitars.
Nate Navarro even mentioned them on his little like post NAMM video, talking about how they were just such nice people. They were really cool. I want to find them again. They're listed. So I have got the NAMM app, and I started like listing different ones, which is why I was asking on here if anyone had anything.
I've seen these. I'm familiar with these. They're they seem cool.
The people were like, there were so many booths I went to, and there was not a single presenter who was like a jerk. Like I expected to get there and have some people like, don't touch anything. And there were a couple people who were like, hey, we prefer that you don't like grab stuff. Obviously in like the boutique area, there was like
the Rickenbacker booth.
Oh, I don't think I never saw one. But
they're usually there.
But Like there were a couple like in the boutiques area, it was kind of the ambiance of like, if you want to look at these, that's fine, but if you want to touch them, you had better ask. But
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Because
oh
the
yeah,
boutique area is kind of like that. But I mean, I don't know. It could just be that we did it right. Like we went up to we asked to speak to, so we played the Stratties at the boutique area last time we went. Um, and the guy was like more than down to have us playing them, and was like wanting us to critique them and stuff. And he was really cool. Like they're just not in my price range. But
yeah.
basis for
And that
shooting.
was the thing too. Like I got there and I had two visions of what NAMM could be. I had, okay, it's like Guitar Center slash Comic Con. Everything there is new and fancy, and people are going to be like bustling around, but it's also instruments that people want you to try so that you might buy
Yeah.
it. And then I also had the thing of like, okay, I'm going into like the platinum area of Guitar Center, where yeah, there are people and people might be playing, but also you have to have somebody with a key to get stuff out for you. So I was thinking it was one or the other. And like Bully and them, they like Bully, I followed him around being his camera person the whole time, because I'm not a player. Like and what I mean by that is I'm not a person who, I don't have chops. Like I'm not picking something up and
Who cares?
playing anything impressive. I can get you some Seven Nation Army, like basically everyone else who's probably there, but I'm not the person who's like, oh, I want to try out this bass that you have here because I want to see
No.
if it can handle. And Bully kept giving me crap about it. Bully was like, you like that bass? Play that bass. And I'd be like, okay, but I want to ask someone for permission. And Bully'd be
Well,
like,
that's
it's,
fine.
well, but and Bully'd be like, it's just sitting here. Like you're not
Well,
going to
no,
break it.
I don't. I don't disagree with asking for
I mean, if
permission.
no one was at the
Be like,
booth,
I'm not
obviously
good
we
enough to
didn't
play
touch
here.
it.
To be like, I'm not good enough to play at NAMM. That's the most absurd thing I've ever heard. You paid the same price for your ticket that everybody else did.
No,
Play what you want to play.
I didn't pay.
Fuck 'em. If you want
I
to
didn't
play,
pay.
play.
I
What's
didn't pay
that?
to get in. I didn't pay to get in. Mine was free.
Okay.
But
Who
and it
cares?
was and it's fine. Like now I already said it. I plan, depending on what's going on between like you, Aristotle, Leah. I don't know. I was hoping like she hadn't seen the message yet, so I don't know what she's up to, but um I do I do plan at some point just to have kind of a figure out like, is she wanting to do a whole bunch of content kind of like Bully had done a bunch and then compiled it, or is she just wanting to walk around and look at stuff? And if that's the case, that's fine. Like I want to record some things. Like I don't want to go to every booth that looks
Well,
interesting and
the
record
best
a
thing to
minute.
do, it's a 4-day show. Best thing to do is go there one day, whatever. Best thing to do, go there one day with as a tourist and just enjoy yourself. And then that's simultaneously setting up your meetings to do your content the following day. Then the following day you go in, you have the press. I'm guessing you're in the press category.
Something either
I'm pretty
it's,
sure you
I
are.
think they have me
Um,
listed as an influencer, which
oh, okay,
sure.
whatever. But I'm pretty sure that means you can get in there early to do content stuff if you want.
Hmm.
Find all that day one. Just be a tourist. Just have fun, because honestly, like you can see everything and have fun in one day. Like probably
Yeah,
less. And then make your meetings and stuff and coordinate your content stuff with the booths. That way you're going to get better content. And then because they're not, they are expecting you. They're not like trying to talk to some store that they want to be carried in, and then you
yeah,
come strolling up with a camera in their face. Like they can prepare for it
sure.
and do your content the following day.
Yeah,
As far as
that's
me, I just have meetings with a few companies that for the store. Um, I might do a content thing with TrueSart or Fano if they're there. Um, I haven't. I need to contact Garrett. But the and I might, I'm going to have to do some stuff with Reverend, I'm sure, and then we got to play the close booth, and then I have a show with a different band uh, on Friday evening. Um, so I might have to get my own rent a car,
Hmm.
unless I can coordinate the band to ride me around.
Either way.
But
But no, those were and that basically what you said is what I normally do. Like last year it was different because again, I was originally only going into NAMM to basically be the camera guy for Bully. Like I was just happy to be there and walk around and look at stuff, let alone like I wasn't planning to do any content of my own. My only content I wanted to do was at Base House of like a hey, do a lesson, teach me how to do a thing. And then recording that fell through awfully, mostly because I didn't try. That would have probably helped. But like I said, I just want to make sure, like, if Leo wants to do specific content, I have no problem being the I'll hold a camera. I mean, I just did all of my stuff on my old phone just because it records, it saves everything inside. I can then edit as I need on the fly. I don't have to download stuff or whatever. But like when we used to have our reptile zoo, we did the same thing when we'd go to a convention. You'd go, we would walk. Oh, there's the wife right there behind me. She's covering my mic, so there we go. We would zigzag all the way through the entire place. Okay, who has something we're interested in looking at? Jot that down, like row 4, halfway through the aisle, whatever. What was their name? And then we would, because now, granted, NAMM is 10 times the size of the Tinley Park Reptile Expo, which is like one of the biggest ones in the country. So you could make in an hour, maybe 2, you could make a serpentine of the entire show, map out what you're interested in seeing, and then go back. And then we'd go back to see it, because with that it was a 2-day show.
Swear, we're usually, when we do this, we're usually not at the show for more than like 3 hours.
Oh no, last year we got there. I don't remember when doors opened, but people usually weren't up very early.
No.
Well, certain people weren't up early.
Yeah, that's always, you're there with musicians. I'm an early riser too, so it's just something.
It was usually something like between midnight and 2 o'clock. Everyone decided to go to bed, and at the house we had last year, there was one bedroom on the ground floor, and I took it because I didn't want to walk up and down stairs. So Bully and Johnny and them were upstairs. I was downstairs. Well, the hangout room was, of course, right next to the bedroom I had. So midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning, everyone finally decides to go to bed, and then I'm back up at 6 in the morning anyway, because I normally am. So I would get, but no, we would get there like 10, and we didn't leave until the show was basically closing. Like we were there 6-7 hours a day, all 3 days. So
I'm not sure I'll be doing that.
I mean, and again, that's the big thing.
If I have something to do, I will.
Yeah,
definitely. But if I'm not gonna just wander around and, I mean, I do have a lot of stuff going
not
on.
to be a tourist.
Yeah, I mean, that was, it's kind of. I doubt there's going to be anything there that I'm really I just got to try. I'll probably be mostly in like work mode while I'm there.
Like Bully and I ended up wandering. I don't like, at one point we completely lost Floof, Sono, and Johnny. Like almost the whole time we were 2 separate entities of 2 and 3, just because Johnny had his content he wanted to make. They weren't going to stay with us. And Bully had the content he wanted to make, so he wasn't going to stay with them. And I was like, I came here to be Bully's camera guy, so I followed Bully. And every now and then we'd see each other, we'd meet up, we'd say hi, or we'd message each other in like a the group, hey, where are you? We're looking for you. But like at one point, I don't remember. I think it was Johnny had like a specific meeting time with one of the booths, maybe Ashdown or somebody, and Bully and I just wandered off across and like went past the folk instrument section over into like the DJing section, and
Mm-hmm.
kind of looked around and we were like, huh.
Yeah, there's never a
There's
crowd over there. You notice that?
well, the DJing section had a live one of them had a live stage and the person was up there like doing a mix, and there were like 20 people standing around that really happy, but it was like, okay. So then we wandered back, and then he's like, wait a minute, where is, and I don't remember what brand he'd said. And then we looked it up and they were on the second floor. So we went up there, and then some of them were like, like he'd said Fender, and we went there and he was like, my Fender guy should be here. And he messaged him. We waited like 10 minutes. No one ever answered. You had to have one of them come get you to let you go into Fender's area. So we were like, well, heck with this. So we walked off, went to Yamaha.
So the
Fender was
booth,
Fender didn't have a booth. They had an upstairs suite. Like, so did Gibson. They had upstairs, they had a suite, and it had like ropes all the way across. They had a receptionist. You had to have either an appointment, and even if you had an appointment, there had to be a like Fender representative come get you to take you into what they had. And then all we heard from anybody was, it wasn't even like displays of here's the new products coming. It was mostly like a meet and greet network, and that was it.
Yeah, because they probably. I'm not going to talk crap about companies.
But then we wandered down the hallway and we found Yamaha. Yamaha had a whole room for themselves, but they're Yamaha, so they sell. I'm surprised it didn't have like a washing machine and a motorcycle in the room.
Did they have like the nightclub looking thing they do?
Yeah. Yeah, it was like a nightclub. There was a stage in the middle of it, and it's great. It was awesome because everything you look at, it's like those speakers are Yamaha, those cables are Yamaha, those lights are by Yamaha. Look at that. There's some trumpets, trombones, saxophones made by Yamaha. Look over there, guitars.
I'm going to be spending a lot of time up there actually because like I have 3 meetings, one with Guild, one with Yamaha, one with Ampeg. It's all Yamaha. So
they had two.
Actually,
they had like 2 rooms. They had one big room which had like the stuff along the walls, and then it had standing displays, and then they had their stage in the middle, and then they had a room across like a walkway which had like the amps and a few more instruments that you could see. And it was really cool. Like, of all of the places, it was probably one of the most entertaining to go in. And I think it was literally just because everything, it was like Yamaha had, everything but their like home appliances and motorized vehicles. I was really expecting there to be a golf cart there somewhere, just little Yamaha badge, and be like, we have these too. If you have a hard time getting your equipment to the venue, we sell golf carts. You can just drive it. But that one was cool. And then I don't remember what the other one was. We left Yamaha and we were walking to somewhere else, and we passed a room and it was just full of grand pianos. And I was just gonna bypass it, and then I noticed that they had a Mason and Hamlin display. Like, they had a Mason and Hamlin, I think it was a 6.5-foot grand piano. And I saw the sign, and I'm a nerd on anything that I can be a nerd on. So I like run in. Well, I don't run. I like half skip my way in there. I'm like, Bully, come here. Look at this. And he's like, what? And we go walking in, and the people at the booth, like, they're sitting in nice, comfortable armchairs. Like, it's a very different atmosphere than downstairs. And then you've got me, who's being extra smiley and bubbly. And then you've got Bully, who looks like half entertained and half confused as to what we're doing in this room full of things that, like, every single item in the room is at least $40,000. And I go, crawl under this piano and look up. And the guy running the Mason and Hamlin thing, he goes, we don't have a mirror here. We forgot to bring it. And he's got a big smile on his face. I was like, crawl under there and look. He goes, I'm good. So I crawl under it and take a picture with my phone, and I show him the tension resonator that they have inside of Mason and Hamlin grand pianos. Save the pieces. I don't know if you know anything about their grand pianos. So Mason and Hamlin, just off topic, but still funny. The walls of their pianos are like 2 to 3 times thicker than a normal piano. And that's because underneath they have metal rods that thread into different points on the body. And then they have a heavy grade central disc that those rods get tightened, and it pulls the entire body so that the soundboard, instead of being flat, is just ever so slightly bent. If you go to a Mason and Hamlin retailer, like an actual piano store, they have a couple of displays. One's really cool. It's a long piece of a soundboard, and then it has a playing card stuck in the side of it, and you see how bent over the distance the soundboard is. And then if you lift it up and you put it back without the playing card, because of course playing cards like whatever, a 32nd or a 64th of an inch thick, whatever, then the soundboard's flat. The thing next to that they'll have is a tuning fork. You hit the tuning fork and it's got 2 2x6s attached to a piece of soundboard, and as you bend it in, once it hits a certain curve of the soundboard, the tuning fork amplifies in volume. And it's because if you make that soundboard curve at a certain radius of some sort, it increases the natural resonance at A440. So it's amazing. I mean, they have a patent on it. It's all cool. So I just knew a thing. And then we ended up standing there for, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 minutes as I'm talking to the Mason and Hamlin guy, telling him how I would love to have a Mason and Hamlin, but I don't have $40,000 to $80,000 that I don't need for other stuff. And he starts telling me about how where he lives, he was going to buy a brand new one, and he saw one listed, and some lady's husband had bought it, and she was selling it for $5,000, but she was like doing interviews of who she would let buy the piano. And he's like, I work for Mason and Hamlin. I know everything about piano, that probably as much, if not more than you do. And Bully finally started getting the look on his face of like, I'm done. I'm ready to leave now. So we did. But it's just funny. Like, I knew a thing about it and I wanted to tell him because I thought it was neat that, and again, the displays at a piano store are really cool when they have like you bend that board and all of a sudden it goes from, it's like, oh, wow, that's crazy how that bend does that. It's just cool. So while you're up there schmoozing with Yamaha, I may just go yell at Mason and Hamlin people for a while.
I just looked it up. I was just looking at, because I wasn't, it was going over my head what you were saying, but I think I get it now. It's cool.
Yeah, it's really neat. But no, like I said, I want to try to get somewhat of a game plan. Huh?
Is Lakeland going to be there?
I can look.
I haven't looked at the list or anything.
Oh, I started looking at the list, but whenever I looked at it, it was like,
I got a boss
exhibitor
too.
1,375 people or groups listed so far.
Yeah, I just remembered I got meetings with Boss, Roland, and Dunlop too.
I don't see anything for Lakeland. I just searched Lake, and there's nothing there that says Lakeland. So unless they do,
it's weird because like
have a good one, Pastor Groove.
On multiple occasions, they have not been listed, and one time they said that they weren't going on their website, and then went there and they were there, and they're like, "Yeah, we decided last minute to go."
So
okay.
When it comes to Boss, are they part of Korg?
Roland.
Okay. Because I remember like when we walked in, the very first booth was basically the doors through which we entered. The very first booth was like Korg, Ampeg,
It wouldn't be Ampeg. Ampeg's owned by Yamaha.
So Korg,
Dark Glass,
Dark
Aguilar,
Glass, Aguilar. That's the one that starts with an A.
Korg, Dark Glass, Aguilar.
And then Spectre was inside of that booth, but I don't know if they're part of that or.
No, I believe Korg owns Spectre.
And then there was, I don't remember what.
Spectre got
I don't
bought,
remember.
but I forget.
It must be because they were inside that booth. They were like Dark Glass.
Sure it is.
Dark Glass was on the outside of a wall, and then Aguilar was on the outside of the wall, 90 degrees around the corner, and Spectre was inside it.
Yes, Korg owns them. Because that's the year of the buyout. That's when they came out with because there's a Spectre model now that has a Dark Glass preamp. And that was the year because Korg bought fucking everybody. Like,
why not?
Yeah, I mean, we're a Korg dealer at the shop. We have some of their keyboards. Eventually, we're going to get some Dark Glass Aguilar stuff. Definitely, just if nothing else, the pickups for Aguilar, pickups and preamps and pedals. And then Korg, I don't know, like our keyboard section, we're like, I'm trying to like learn about it. I'm at a bit of a everybody's at a bit of a learning curve with it because all the people we have that are like piano players, they're not gear nerds. They just teach piano. They don't even know what piano they're teaching on half the time.
What you playing over there?
So we don't have any keyboard nerds.
It's got 88 keys. Some are white, some are black.
So we don't have any keyboard nerds. So we're just like, we're all trying to learn. Like what we did was everybody picked a company. I picked Korg because they always had my favorite Rhodes sound. So that's what I've been learning a lot about Korg keyboards lately. And Roland as well, just because I brought Roland Boss into the shop. I mostly wanted the Katana amps because it's the best-selling guitar amp in the world. But we got a bunch of effects, and
I used to have their little dual cube LX, the bass 10 watt, and I liked the drums. I didn't care for the way the bass sounded coming out of the instrument, but I did like the.
Well, they make Katana bass amps.
Who?
Boss. They make a Katana.
Well, the only thing I liked about it was the little drum machine thing in it, where you could tap tempo, and then it had whatever, like 6 or 9 like genres, and then it had like 3 different versions.
You're in the market for an amp, right? I would at least like look at that because that is a cool amp and it's at a good price. We have one of each. So there's you would probably want the small one, I would imagine.
Hello, Jeremiah.
So that's the 110, I believe.
Well, I said it earlier. I had a GK Plex here on my desk because I want a GK. Like, I like the way on the positive grid, they have an amp sim that is the RB800. And of all the amp sims, it's the one I liked the sound of the best, and I really like it. I have an option to get an MB110, and I think about it, but also I wanted to go for the Plex more because the Spark 2, being 50 watts, flat response, all that good stuff, is loud enough. I don't need like a bigger speaker, any of that. Now, granted, I understand that different size speakers do frequencies different ways, all that. But like, I just wanted
not just size. I mean, type of speaker.
Neodymium and all that. But I wanted the GK sound, especially for the interface. Like, if I'm gonna play more this year. It was one of the things I said on my New Year expectations. I will play more in the videos. You've griped at me enough for the self-deprecation, so I'll just play, and if it's badly,
then productive. People. Like, you either want to do it or you don't. You playing on screen's part of it.
So I wanted it, but when I plugged it in and had it hooked up to the Spark, it had a weird like digital buzzing static. And I tried a whole bunch of different things. One time it worked. Like it sounded fine. But then it sounded like the thing was being compressed out of its mind. Like any note you would hit was every note. So I was like, well, that's awful. It sounded pretty good in the interface. Like I had it hooked up XLR, everything was good. It did have that buzz, but it was like really low enough that you could isolate that out and get it gone. And it was something in the treble circuit on the thing, because if I cut the treble, it went away. But of course,
you try. This is really dumb, but I don't know how your monitors and all that are. But I know that sometimes if I'm just sitting here, like recording for a track or something, certain basses, it'll be the monitors come through the whatever the monitors are giving off goes through the pickups and causes a noise. But if I turn the monitor off, it stops.
I tried it with 3 basses, and I tried it both with the Plex where it was, and I also tried moving it across the desk, thinking, well, if I'm getting feedback from something else.
Most of your basses, just sitting here looking, I only see one. Yeah, I only see one that's not sealed pickups, so that probably wouldn't be a factor anyway. So I didn't notice that.
Either way, the interface it sounded okay. Like it sounded like a GK.
What interface are you using?
Focusrite. Solo.
Yeah, they're kind of like Focusrites are good. They're just they can be more noisy, I guess. Leah talked me into, so like I had a Focusrite for years, and I didn't think it mattered. I was just like, it's basically just a coupler. It's just turning an analog signal into digital, so you can run it through a computer. So how different could they be? And there was a point where I was going to be doing a lot more videos for the channel. And so my idea was, because I'm so technologically illiterate, I was like, I'm just going to get all the same stuff Leah has, and then she can tell me what to do. So part of that was the interface. And so I got this Volt, what is it? It's Universal Audio Volt 2? Yeah, Volt 2. I think she has since upgraded to the Volt whatever, the multi-channel one. But I don't.
She just did her rig rundown. She's got like 8,000 pieces of tech running.
And she built a submarine in her house. I mean, the first time she sent me a video of it, I was like, "Are you like turning into a Bond villain? So you're gonna like attack the whole world?"
She might. She's got the cat. She's got all the stuff.
Yeah, she does, man. I'm telling you, she's a Bond villain.
Welcome, Mr. Volpini.
I'm just waiting. But anyway, I noticed when I started using the Volt, like everything just got quieter and more just like precise, and everything just got tighter. The Volts do have like this cool compression system on it. I don't really use it, but it's cool. It's fun to mess with sometimes. But when I record, I run through a Tube DI, which creates its own compression. So any more would be a little bit much. So I am using compression, just not on the interface.
Gotcha. But to your stance on the amp thing, it's not necessarily that I'm looking for an amp. Like I was thinking of getting the GK amp. That's what I'd put in the chat, was like I can get a 108 really cheap. I can get a 110 pretty cheap. There was an option for a 115 that had a really good deal, but then it was like, okay, do I go for the gigantic speaker with the tweeters and all that, or what? And then like I thought the Plex would just be perfect. I was like, okay, I get a GK sound. I get Well, heard a slap. It's my kid falling. You guys might have actually seen it. I don't know where he fell.
I saw 2 red feet go by.
Gotcha. But I was like, the Plex will be perfect. It's a preamp pedal. Like if I really get it dialed in the way I want, I could even take it to church because, of course, there we use a Tone Hammer DI box. I could just take the XLR, plug it into the Plex, and be good to go. And like I said, it had all that weird noise. I tried the troubleshooting I could find online. I tried the troubleshooting that the seller gave me, and just none of it worked. So now I'm contemplating, do I try going for another Plex and then see how that does, or do I more so just not, because like
I guess so.
like what I really
You
want,
like what you have, so why do anything?
well, the biggest thing of it is that with the playing, like I do all of the stuff that I have when I record. It's literally just this wireless transmitter goes from the bass to the Focusrite. So there's nothing, there's no EQing, none of it, which I like a DI sound, but also like the answer I've always been given when I've talked to people who I know, not bass wise, but people who do like social media and all that. My brother-in-law is a graphic designer, but he also does a lot of social media work for companies. And he said, if you're going to do something, like, you don't need to copy anybody, be your own person, of course. But if there's someone you really like how they do their stuff, then do that. Like, do it your way, but basically do it the way they do it because you like it. And if you like what you're doing, someone else will probably like it. So I like just a straight DI, but I also like, for lack of better terminology, I also like the GK sound situation, and I would love to be able to input that into a recording option. Like if you look at what Johnny does, where he'll play and it'll be, here's what I have, and he'll have like a straight DI, and then he'll have with an amp sim and a cab sim and all the other stuff. Like I would love to do that kind of stuff. And I think I've figured out, like the Spark has like an effects loop on it, but it can also be used like when you connect it to the Spark cab, it has it as a stereo out. So I've thought about running the out as a mono to the Focusrite, or I don't know what would be better, if it's better to run it as a mono to the input for the instrument side, or if it's better to switch the stereo and get it like a conversion to XLR and do it to the back. I don't know.
That's beyond me.
And I'll talk to the submarine pilot herself whenever I see her. I'm sure she'll have plenty to say. But
that's
the thing I want to talk to Positive Grid on. Oh, and apparently Floof has joined us, so I'll throw them in here.
Yeah, I have no camera, but I'm here. What's up?
Floof looks a lot like Wario.
I still have the mustache. It's fine.
Good.
That's my go-to Mario Kart character.
Fuck yeah.
See, I'm Shy Guy.
Anyway. Shy Guy's real.
I would believe it. I'm sure
I'm always Wario on the big motorcycle.
There you go. I always get the little motorcycle. That way it takes off fast, and then everyone passes me on straightaways, and then I just... Actually, that's a lie, because I always win at Mario Kart. So if I have enough room on the carry-on, I'll bring a Switch, and we can...
yeah, we're going to have to figure that out.
I'll take that shit to you, bro.
Okay, there we go. So now it's up to Floof, because Floof will be, I'm sure, just driving to get there. Is that the situation like last? Oh, okay.
No. I didn't drive last year either. I flew. I just flew into LAX.
Gotcha.
And then I'm going to fly into...
Where are you at?
I'm in Colorado.
Oh.
Yeah, so I got to fly out of Denver and fly into SNA this year. Be fun.
Hey, that's where I had my layover last year, was in Denver.
Yeah.
That's usually where, yeah. I've been laid over a lot in Denver.
But
Yeah.
on the
That
on
you're
the amp
out there
thing,
for.
like I want to see, because the simulation inside of Positive Grid is fine. I think it seems fine to me. They have a whole 7 or 8 amps for bass amps to choose from out of their like 40 something.
Yeah.
And when I did them I did them on a live a few weeks back, and like had the microphone set so they could up nicely, and I play, and it's like, this is what it says is from a Sun amp. This is what it says from an Aguilar. This is what it
Man, if
says
they
from,
nailed
and
the sun tone is a good tone. I saw
I
that they were
heard
supposedly coming back.
I heard absolutely no difference until it switched to GK, and then it was like, and this one has more treble and high mids.
And all,
Here you
yeah,
go.
GK just scoops. GK just has like a natural scoop to it.
Yeah.
That's really all it is.
But like that's what I wanted to
like
do.
scoop.
What I really want to do, like if it obviously if money was no option, then this room would be much bigger and have many more things on the wall. But if like for simplicity of what I wanted, didn't like money didn't matter, what I really want is I'd love to probably just do the anagram, because everyone seems to be a fan of it, and then I can find, okay, there's this, I like that, I can plug these things in. But at $1,200 for one, it's just not feasible.
No. I kind of want to pick up one used sometime this year.
Bless you.
Really, one of the biggest reasons that it didn't like really win anything in the Floofies last year was that I didn't have it. I also thought that on release, like the software wasn't there, but they're adding shit all the time.
Well,
so,
and
I do
on
wanna
that
try the
too, like
anagram.
I think it was Johnny's video when he was talking about it, he was showing like if you touch the screen and you move stuff, and all of a sudden it would just like throw stuff off into oblivion. And then he said like that's gotten better. Like they updated the UI. So, and then and like you just said, it seems like every month that either Johnny, Chris, or somebody is like, oh, hey, let's look at the new update. They just added 15 new cabs and 5 new amps.
Yvonne Carranza is like the guy that does it now, which is really awesome. But yeah, like if I had a hold of one, I don't think it wins Best of the Year over the MXR bass synth to me, just because I don't think the software's there yet. But if I would say by the end of this year, and you could probably like clip this shit, mark my words, as me Wario, real Wario.
You heard it here first. Wario said so.
Wario's Floofy's prediction is if I can get my hands on an anagram and like really test it, it probably wins like Best of the Year this year.
Yeah, that's the thing is I would like
think
to
the
have
software
one for
gets
like
there.
a week and just see if I can figure it out, then I'd probably like it.
Yeah. I think the software gets there enough this year. That's my bold prediction.
And as far as the MXR bass synth, I'm right there. It's pretty incredible. Like I just use the presets. I don't even mess with it.
No,
That's exactly what I was going for with a synth pedal. Some of those presets. So it's like
literally the best thing about the pedal is that you could have the base layer as another preset and then just use all the other presets. Everything in it is like super good. It won Best Pedal and Best of the Year because really I don't think anything got anywhere near it in terms of what was coming out last year.
Yeah, I mean that's how I felt when the Venture came out. I was like, man, no one's doing this.
Yeah,
no one's done anything that's like. I still love my Trickfish stuff. It's not going anywhere. But that Ampeg Venture is a special amp.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. I finally got it. I've done a few shows with it now. And it really is. It does live up to the hype. I got the big one. I got the 12, the V12 with the 8x8 cabinet, which don't like that thing. The footprint of that thing is almost non-existent. It's not a big cabinet.
The 8x8, really?
No, it is. It probably has this. Obviously, it's taller, but it probably has the same footprint as like a 210 cab, an average 210 cab, and it weighs 60 pounds.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, we did a shot. We did like a short form social media thing of me curling it when it came in.
That's fire.
Yeah, it was because we have like this really stupid island in the middle of the store where the counter is and everything, and it takes up a bunch of room. And I was just standing on the side of it because I'm short, so I'd stand on that, and then so I could sit there and curl the.
According to its official specs, it's 20 by 15 inches.
Yeah.
Oh, that thing is like that's like the size of a 212. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
it's very small.
Like it's the size of a freezer-equipped mini fridge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good.
yeah.
Yeah, like in my so
Gamers, we finally done it. We went from the fridge cabinet to the mini fridge with a variable freezer.
my
And you
so
put the
I'm
head
always
on
worried
top.
about.
That's your microwave for your dorm room.
Exactly. We got the full dorm room kit, baby.
Now you just need to figure out what the air fryer is for all the modern ones.
So I'm always worried about space, and because I have a minivan for touring, um, but you know, between merch and you know, a lot of times it's me and the drummer. So I have a drum set, I have my bass stuff and merch, all the merch booth stuff. You know, space is a concern. So I got this cabinet. I'm like, man, it's smaller, like diameter or whatever wise, like footprint wise, it's smaller, but it's still this big long thing. You know, the other cabinets take up more room overall, but I can put one over here and one over here and stuff like that. So I was kind of like, I don't know, but man, it fits right behind the front seat on the floor, like long ways. So it actually makes packing the van easier too.
Yeah,
I just looked it up. Their Venture 2x12 is 1 inch more narrow, but 2 inches deeper. So
Yeah.
it's actually square footage wise on the floor the same, if not a little smaller to have the 8x8.
Yep.
Interesting.
It's taller, so that.
And I've definitely become like an eights guy. That's my trickfish rig is 4/8 over 112. The Ampeg rig is 8/8, and then I have the little trickfish 212, and then I have a Rocket Ampeg 210 for like duo shows.
But no, like I'm not looking for specifically an amp. I just wanted something that as I try to do more of the playing and the sounds, I like having the DI, but I was looking for something that can add some color to the sound without me having to, like I said, if I can figure out a way of just sending the positive grids straight into the interface, it should be fine. It's a good modeler. It does handle bass. It does fine. And that's a thing I actually hope to find out when we get there. I want to go to Positive Grid and ask, because with all the modelers that are out there now, you have the Anagram, the Helix, all that. I really wonder, like, obviously I could get something simple like the Spark Mini or the Spark Go, $100, 5-watt pocket thing that wouldn't do bass for much, I'm sure. But like, it has all the same software, except the Spark 2 has the looper, and then it has like a little bit better for the AI drum generation stuff like that, like for backing tracks. But if all I was going to do is just use it for the modeling and the amplification modeling, feasibly I could get something like the tiny little 5-watt battery powered Spark Go, plug it in, take the headphone out into the input 1/4-inch jack on the Focusrite, because it's all controlled by an app. So feasibly I could try using that as a modeler, and I plan to try experimenting with that, but I'm not going to go buy a $120 little speaker amp thing.
I'm hoping they do a extension. I'm hoping they figure out a way to do an extension cabinet for the what's the thing I got,
the Live.
Yeah.
I
would like an extension.
You should be able. I thought that the Live it doesn't have an out.
No. Well, it doesn't. It does have an out, but for whatever reason, the Spark their extension cabinet doesn't work with it.
So when I had the cab, because I tried the live, and honestly, I didn't like the sound the live put out into the room better than the Spark 2. And that could be because, first of all, I don't need it to compete with anything. And two, it's right at ear level because it's on top of my piano as opposed to on
Yeah,
the
because I have a
floor.
Spark too, and I haven't really noticed a difference,
Do you own the microphone?
honestly.
But so I
Basically
sent
the
the
same
live
thing.
back. I sent the live back, and I got the cab. And the cab, if you hook it up the way it's supposed to be, where it goes output to the input, it actually kills the speakers on the Spark 2. But I messaged and they said, oh well, if you take it and you take it through a partial out, like not the whole out, if you do like a mono, like half the mono plug set and it goes into the input, they both work. So I'm wondering if your live could do that same thing. Trying
I
to
don't
look
know.
up the, because I'm not looking at it. Let's see here. So we have,
It's honestly a want, not a need. Like we use it a lot, and it's fine. I mean, I that's why I got the Spark 2. Was I thought, I'll plug into this, and then the rest of the band can plug into the
yeah, it would
wire.
work the same. I'm looking at it. It has the same output connections as the Spark 2. It has the output left mono and right, which the Spark 2 has the same thing for line out. So if you were to get the Spark cab and you run it with a 1/4 inch from the output right, which is supposed to be half the signal for stereo, you could run that into the cab, and then you'd have the 150-watt live running in conjunction with the 140 watt cab.
Yeah, I mean,
But I will
maybe.
say the cab is super, or at least the one I had was super boomy. Like the live seemed very flat. The Spark 2 is very flat for anything I've heard as far as an amp. When I
Yeah,
plugged into the cab, it was ridiculously low end heavy, which as a bass player you think you'd like it, but like if I hit anything lower than an E, the floor started rattling, and that shouldn't happen, I don't think.
No.
So
there is such a thing as
maybe
too
I
slow.
didn't get a good one. Maybe they knew I play bass and they were like, okay, after he's done eating crayons and sniffing glue, he's going to want the floor to shake, so we'll send him this
paint
one.
chips.
I don't know.
No, you want it's paint chips, not crayons. First of all,
Yeah.
And yeah, we want the floor to shake so that more paint chips fall.
Yeah,
I
let's
mean,
get more snacks.
So, yes.
I have a textured ceiling, so I might even get sprinkles.
Yeah.
We have plaster, a lot of plaster in this house, so.
But yeah,
gotta be
technically
something,
technically you should be able to do it using a single 1/4 inch with the output right from your live to make it work with the cab.
Yeah,
Just saying.
we'll see. We'll see if I do it.
Probably not, but I'm just
Probably
saying
not.
it's an option.
But yeah.
Well,
Hey guys, I'm gonna hop off here.
have fun.
All right. We'll
All
see
right.
ya.
Peace.
We heard about the business you'll be doing at NAMM. Now Floof and I can talk about any of the tourism we'll be doing.
Bunch of boring stuff.
Yep.
Fun for me,
Tourism,
but
bro,
boring
I'm
overall.
from there. What the fuck do you mean tourism? I'm going home.
I'm saying touring at NAMM.
Yeah.
That's how Chris described it, as being a tourist. Chris described it as being a tourist and just walking around looking at stuff at NAMM.
Ah, yes, that's fair play then.
Which,
I'm gonna say
because what?
tourism, bro. This is my home, my heritage.
I mean, it's fine. We, what I was telling him at the beginning, because I know you were at work, was
Yep.
I was trying my whole goal which in the perfect world, it would have been, you would have been on here, Chris was on here, and I messaged, but I don't think she's even seen the message yet. I'd messaged Leah, seeing I wanted to try and get a discussion with chat as well of, is there anything that chat is interested in or that all of us like, and I was telling Chris, I was like, last year, you, Sono, and Johnny were kind of the three musketeers traveling all around, and then there was me with Sono. Jump in here.
Oh, is Sono here?
I think so.
Oreo profile.
He just said that.
Yeah, Sono, hop in here. Get your ass in here, bro.
Well, you could at least get your voice in here.
Yeah,
I mean,
at least.
I don't know about the rest of it. This is
you can be Waluigi.
But I had said that, like, I wanted to. Last year I just followed Bully. I used the camera. That was the plan, was I was going to be his camera guy so he could get content. And this year I'm just curious if anyone is there to make content, or if, like, I don't think Leah is, but she might surprise me and be like, oh no, yeah, I definitely want to do like a bunch of recording. Or I have a feeling more so she's like, no, it's just NAMM. I just want to go and look around and hang out and then leave. So waiting to see on that. But
I'm kind of in that boat.
There's stuff I want to do. Like I have a list. Like I definitely 100% will go to see the people at Hills, because like, unlike some of these other fancy base tubers in our wonderful community, like nobody sends me stuff to try. No one knows I exist, but somehow by divine intervention of God, Cthulhu, or James Earl Jones, whoever it was, like they sent me that. I'd message them and then they were like, yeah, sure. So they sent it to me. We sent it around to those who were interested. And then they cut me a ridiculously good deal to keep it. So I did.
Awesome.
And they're supposed to be sending me, Running to the Hills. Hopefully they don't have eyes though. Actually sometime in the next week or two, they're supposed to send me their new one, which Johnny just did that model with a 4-string. Now they're coming out with a 5-string. So, huh?
Oh, I just said yep, as in like I was confirming what you were saying.
Yeah,
because I saw Johnny's video on it and I thought it was great.
Yeah, he has the 4, and they were telling me they're supposed to be getting it, and I don't know if I know it's not out, because he was telling me he was waiting to get it. Ron was. And then sometime later this year, they're also supposed to get like an 8-string guitar that is, I guess, supposed to be like they're trying to take a hit at like a Tosin Abasi or something like that. And my brother-in-law loves that stuff, and I play guitar at church, so I told them I'd like to try it, and they were like, cool, we'll send you one when we get it. But like they're actually working with me as if I'm somebody who should be worked with, so they haven't realized they're going to ruin their reputation running with such a rough crowd. But oh well. So like I definitely
riff-raff in now, dude.
I tell you, just tanking their stock prices once they know I'm involved.
Yes, sir.
But so they're like, I definitely want to go there, talk to them, hoping that Ron, the owner, is there, because like we email back and forth probably every couple weeks. Because they just started doing a thing on their guitars where they now offer like upgrade necks, so you can get it with like roasted maple and rosewood, or all these different like fingerboard neck options that you can just buy the neck because they're bolt on. And then they also started doing like hardware upgrades for the guitars, and he told me they're going to do it with hardware. Wanted to know if I wanted him to send me a set so I could upgrade mine to see if I notice any differences, do a video showing how to install it. And I was like, free stuff and a video? Yeah, duh.
Yeah, I'd be
so I definitely want to go say hi to them. If GK's there, I want to go there because I want to talk to them, because literally I just want to talk to the people who are there and be like, hey, so this is what I'm wanting. What would you recommend? And see what they say. I want to talk to Positive Grid, because I'm really curious to see with stuff like Anagram, the Helix, and all that. I wonder if they're going to try their way into like the modeling pedal situation, because they have their amps with all the software built in. It'd be really easy. They also make like foot switches to control the amps. So I really wonder if they'll be like, hey, what if we just put the processor and a screen inside our pedal? We're done. So, and they have a lot of modeling. They have like the AI for backing tracks. So it would be really cool if they're going to do something like that. So I'm going to ask about that. Ibanez wasn't anything super big because, I mean, they're Ibanez. Like,
Yeah.
they're probably
they're
going to come
making
out
their
with
own
another EHB with different finishes.
Yeah. They might, hey, you know, you never know. This might be the year they come out with the Roadstar 3.
It could be that they have another SR model.
True.
Sire.
Leave and come back real quick. I have a webcam now. My wife got what theirs was. So I was trying to get it to work, but it just doesn't seem to work. So I'm just gonna close and reopen and see if that'll do it.
Let's see if
5
that
seconds.
happens. Now, they said 5 seconds. We're going to time them. 5, 4, 3. That's okay. Floof is back, and it was less than 5 seconds. Floof did not lie. Okay, we can now see Floof, but I can't hear Floof.
What now?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Yeah. You should be able to hear me. You should be able to see my parts of my office. Here's the rest of my office. As you can see, there's my N scale model trains over there. Joe Dart 2, base rack, upright. Back to me. So.
Good night.
Tell everyone
Good
good
night.
night. There you go. Now I have to see how can I switch this.
Cool.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now your audio and video is out of sync a little bit.
Uh-oh, that's not
Oh, it's
good.
like it's coming out of your speakers.
Yeah, my audio is now coming out of my speakers as my headphones decided to die.
Oh,
So
that's tough.
yeah, it's great. I have a set of AirPods that might work though. I could go grab those. Unless the audio is like a problem. In case I won't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Is the audio a problem?
No, it sounds fine.
Okay.
I echo a little bit, but that's about it.
Okay. I don't think I can do anything about that.
Yeah.
Settings. Audio. I turned on echo cancellation. So
I'm gonna yap to test to see if that works. And so far, no.
oh, that's weird. I turned on echo cancellation and you got a lot louder.
Oh, wonderful.
Let me try. Did that help?
Let me try. No, I heard myself.
Okay. Well. Uh-oh. Now we're in trouble.
Oh no.
Let's go.
Oh no.
Sideways.
Darn it. Why am I this way? I can't.
Why are you growing out of Floof's
I
mustache?
hate this so much.
Okay.
There we go.
It's going
Let's try it again.
It's going to the right, yeah.
Oh, now now he turned his lights off. Now he
Keys
can't
again?
find it. Oh, maybe.
Uh-oh.
Definite maybe.
Here I am. I'm not rocking with the hurricane.
There you are.
Dang, why does it sound so low? Oh my gosh. Brother.
You just keep jumping sideways. I don't know why.
This is like
My
the
phone
two
doesn't want me to do
washed-up tubers
sideways.
that contribute.
Doesn't want me to do horizontal. Wants me to go vertical. It's insane.
Gotcha.
Anyway.
I don't think I can change that. I can mirror you. I can do this. That's as much help as I can provide.
There we go. Much better. It's like I couldn't even raise the volume. Couldn't even do anything. And then now all of a sudden, when it's not on a stand, I could do anything.
Oh, that's stand detection. It's very high technology. It's very important.
I used to restream this platform. I haven't streamed in almost 2 years, so I'm like out of the loop of everything.
Bro, I
Well, I
haven't
would
made an
use
actual video in, like,
StreamYard
6
because that's what
months until
Bully
the
did,
movies.
but it never liked my audio from an iPad.
Yeah,
fucking right there with you.
yeah. Because right now,
I like how in the like studio side, I see that Floof and I have like full widescreen, and you have just what we can see, but it fits perfectly because there are 3 of us.
yeah, much better now.
Yeah, if you have the full widescreen, you can see the upright in the corner.
Kill me.
We get more
Oh,
playtime.
wait, I shouldn't say that.
So you
Why am I not hearing
said in
anything?
our chat you're not planning on going to NAMM.
Why
is
am
that
I
right?
frozen? Why is Floof frozen? What's going
Nobody's
on?
frozen.
Oh god.
It's just you who's frozen. I have been seeing Floof move the whole time.
Yep. Hi.
Hi. Now it's Sono who's frozen. After claiming we were frozen, this was an attempt at gaslighting, and it didn't work. And now Sono's gone. Okay. Well, it was nice to have seen Sono while he was here. Maybe he had a new webcam that he had to hook up.
Maybe.
Also, did nuptials happen in the last year?
Numtuals?
You.
What about,
Did you
what
get
about me?
married?
Oh, no. Not well, we're common law married technically.
Well, on the Floofies and today, you said wife, but you'd never used the term before. So I wanted to know if like all the nice, taxation discounts were being applied or not.
No, none of the taxation discounts. We're just common law married, and I just got much more used to it.
Fair enough. So the thing I was hoping for was simply to find out, are there specific booths that must be visited kind of thing? And then like I had started a list, and then the other question was like, is there specific content goals for anybody? Because I have no problem taking a back seat of helping record stuff than to try to take limelight. But if no one else has limelight or wants limelight and doesn't have a particular preference on anything, then there are a few things I do want to go record. And I will make sure that phones are fully charged and on my person this year, so as not to become lost in Anaheim all by myself.
Yeah, that was goofy. I remember that. What was that, day one?
I remember that too.
You split off and then got lost because all your phone died.
Well, it wasn't that the phone died. I'd forgotten my personal phone at Base House, and it was like, oh, that's not a big deal because I'll be with Bully all day and I have Wi-Fi, so that's fine. And then I forgot that the phone I was using for recording didn't have anything installed for communication. So it had no Instagram, no Facebook, nothing. So that was the problem. And then I was with Bully, and as we were going through outside, it was super dense crowds. And I was talking to Bully, and apparently some fan noticed Bully, stopped him, and he couldn't get away fast enough to get to me. So by the time I got away, he was still stuck. And then I turned around to be like, why aren't you? Oh, you're not answering me because you're not here. Okay, good.
That's incredible.
It was very fun. Probably for a normal person being in a completely strange city amongst tens of thousands of people they don't know might have caused some anxiety, but I don't have that problem. So I was just, oh, this sucks. Huh. Well, let's see what we can do. I went inside, talked to security. One of the guys started to hand me his phone to let me like call my wife. And then he just seemed to think better of it. And he was like, there's Wi-Fi. You could just like download what you need. And I was like, okay, well, of course, there was a concert going. So it was like, oh, you want to download Instagram?
Yeah,
that'll be an hour and a half. I was like, okay. And then I found out that there's like on the upstairs somewhere was like specific content creators area that had like its own dedicated Wi-Fi. And they were like, "Oh, you could have gone up there." I was like, "Well, it would have been great if anyone who worked here had said something about that. Like, you have a pass that says content creator. Maybe tell me about it." I went out and I found police officers. Do what?
Nothing was as bad as the employment at the Sire booth last year. That was rough.
Yeah. Yeah. I ended up finding a police officer. He started to hand me his phone until I said, "Oh, I appreciate that." Like, he was like, "Oh, you lost your friends," and he reaches back and pulls out his phone. I was like, "Oh, great. I appreciate you so much. I can call my wife." And then he put his phone away. Like, "Oh, you're calling your wife? I don't know about any of this now." So that was weird. And then another police officer was super nice to me, and she was like, "Oh, I don't carry my phone when I'm out here guiding traffic, because I'm always worried I'm going to drop it and someone will run it over." I was like, "Okay."
All right.
And then that's where I get that there's a Starbucks 5 blocks away. They have Wi-Fi. But
You're starting to walk there.
I make it to Starbucks and it's closed. Then I go back and I found whatever that was, Hotel Lulu or whatever, that had Wi-Fi. And the lady was like, "Oh, ours isn't password protected." And then that's where I finally got in to message everybody. And then Bully's like, "Why the hell didn't you just go back to where we got our Uber before?" And I was like, "There wasn't Wi-Fi there. I had no way to tell anyone where I was. I figured a line of communication was better than the last known location. Should have just gone somewhere, found a bench, slept there. Y'all would have been back the next day."
Yeah, we would have found you eventually, bro. Would have been fine.
Has anyone seen him? He's about this tall and bald and white. Very white.
Very.
Have you seen him? Have you seen him? We drew him on this poster so his skin tone was correct.
Mm-hmm. We drew him on this white piece of construction paper, so it just matches exactly.
You'll notice him. He uses liquid paper for foundation. It's great. He's easy to spot.
Fucking hodgepodge for foundation, bro. Or like Mod Podge or whatever it is.
Well, that has a satisfying peel when you take it off, so that's fun.
Fancy.
But no, that was the big questions of if there were any particular booths in which anyone was like, and Chris was saying he's going to have a lot, but his is like, because he works for a music store, his is going to be a lot of work. Like, I have to talk to these people because I have meetings with them. So the big thing's going to be what Leah is thinking.
My in terms of in terms of content creation, I'm probably not going to go too gung ho on it. I'll probably get like small clips and stuff like I did last year. And I want to make a NAMM, like comprehensive NAMM video, but I'm not going to do what Johnny was, which is going up to all the booths and going, "This is Amos Heller from Darklight," and going from there. I kind of just want
Like,
to
not necessarily interviews.
Yeah. I just kind of want to meet people, play cool shit. That's always.
So
like,
you get a
number one for me is to
GoPro
go out
and just
have
make it a
fun.
body cam. This is what I saw at NAMM. Put it on like a headlamp visor.
And then do my best cop impression and turn it off.
Well, pretend you're a minor. Put it on a headlamp holder.
There you go. Yeah, that too.
This is me, Floof at NAMM. Yes, I am actually 7 foot tall. That is what's going on right now.
No, I'd put it on my chest and then just like say it's I have a buddy, his name is Sean, he's 5'7", and just say this is his version.
I mean, you better watch, because I don't know how much taller than that Chris is. So
Yeah.
and then
It could be
it'll
the
be
Chris
fun next to Leah with.
Leah being, because Leah's tall, isn't she? She's like over.
Oh
6
yeah,
foot.
she's like
Yeah.
6'2", something like that.
Yeah.
I know
I'm
when
like-
we did our Nashville base house at one point, when we went to, I don't remember what the place was. It was some music store, and I think she was wearing heels or pumps, so she was taller than Bully. So she was like 6'4", and it's like, "You want to go over here?" Okay.
Gotta hit her with the how's the weather up there with heels on, dog.
Oh well, do what you can, have the fun
Yeah.
that you can.
Yeah.
But no, that's like I said, I don't want it to be like, I loved watching all of Johnny's stuff. I definitely don't want to do that. I don't want to do I'm going up to every booth and covering it for 5 minutes at least. but like there are some booths that I do want to do. Like I guess for lack of better words in my head, I don't want to do kind of like what you just said. I don't want to just do a this is this booth and here's what
Yeah.
they have. I actually would more rather walk up and be like, look at this cool bass. Isn't that cool? That's some cool bass right there. Okay, bye. And then just have like a title across the top.
Yeah.
This is what that was. In case you
This
wondered,
what that was.
it's
This what that was, and that's just all your NAMM videos.
Yep,
That'd be funny as
it's all of
shit.
it. It's just me
I might
walking
steal
up.
that.
Look at that bass. That sure is
That's
a bass.
That's a good one.
It
This
just
new
has,
sire.
just has the just has the clip of what it is right above it. Just says like Hills
what that is.
MMB5.
Hills, yeah.
Hills MMB. Look at that bass. Okay.
Nah, dog.
Look, there's a bird in here.
In terms of booths I would want to go to, Ashdown's pretty high on the list. GK's pretty high on the list. Mostly because the GK booth was really fun. That's when like Bully and
they're not listed.
that Mark.
That's
guy,
what I
they're
told
not listed.
Chris. I looked at it. I tried it under GK, and I looked for Gallon Kruger.
Gallion Kruger.
Yeah, and I not there. Even just went to all the G's. So, and he said that he knows the last few years, not last year, but the few years before that, they hadn't been there.
Oh, so they kind of like flicker in.
So I said, well, I don't blame them if they didn't go, if they weren't given another option of where to be behind Orange's giant display wall. And then it was like, oh, and by the way, GK's back there.
GK's like GK. Oh yeah, we never heard of those guys, but we have some dudes who make bass amps behind us. They have like a G and a K in their name. It's like people at the Orange booth.
It's
like,
a weird way to spell orange, but
Yeah.
whatever.
And they're all black cabinets, but whatever. It's each their own, I guess.
It's like there's a guy at my local music shop, and he said I don't care if if Orange steals this from me, but they need to make like a tiny little portable amp, and instead of it being their black Tolex or the orange, they need to put it red, and they just call it the blood orange.
That'd be cool, actually.
And I was like, if it can play bass, it won't, but
Sure.
it
I think it's
won't.
neat. So your GK Ashdown were big. I'd like to talk to Reverend, actually. Reverend would be cool.
I'm about to say, I know
Reverend
Bully
makes
and
sense.
I went by theirs last year, and they had
Yeah,
almost
they had
like
like the Christmas tree set up.
I was exactly how I was about to describe it. It's like tears
Yeah,
of
it's all like
things
tiered.
going in.
Yeah. And I thought that was cool. I don't know. I didn't see anybody to talk to there, and I'm hoping that changes.
Neither did we. Like we walked by and we were like, I want to play this one right here that has these 3 pickups. That looks pretty cool. And just going, are these free? No one watching these. Free samples. They'll just restock it after you take what you want. It's fine.
Oh, that's what they're there for, right?
Yeah.
They just see me
Everyone
walk out
likes
with
free
a brand
samples.
new instrument from NAMM.
I mean, I don't know if you heard about it, but some dude stole one of the it was like a $10,000
Oh no.
huh? No,
You
someone
tried
stole
to
like
buy
a
a quart. That's what it was.
that's what I wanted. Yeah, they had a Court A5 and I really wanted it cuz I tried to buy it and then it turned out that you can't buy it unless you're a court dealer, and if you're a court dealer, you have to have it shipped to you because as a like a B stock
Or a thing for
whatever
your store, kind of whatever. Yeah.
But then they gave me a price, like we think it would probably be in this ballpark, and then I found out it would have been cheaper to buy it through Toman and have it shipped to the United States than to have the one that was in front of me.
Yeah.
Because, sensibilities.
I gotta see who.
But I have the NAMM app, so I keep adding
Oh, you
like
have it
the
on the
different
app.
Yeah, I keep adding it so that they're just all on a list, and then it'll show them all on the map so you can see. So like Hills, I want to go there. The other one that I absolutely
LEH.
want to see. Huh?
LEH is up there too. The custom builder that I pretty much went to every day. I just pestered the shit out of him. Ellis Hahn.
LEH, you said?
Yeah, LEH.
I don't see them listed unless they're like spaces.
It might be like L.E.H. Because it's technically like an acronym for
Yes.
Luthier Ellis Hahn.
It is. That was the next one I was searching. The other one that I absolutely want to go see is the people at Rough Guitars, RUF. They do
Oh yeah.
almost like an injection molded composite material, and I had them scare the crap out of Bully because they do like durability. Like they will let you come up with a screwdriver and just stab the crap out of the instrument, and you won't hurt it.
Right.
And
Yeah.
and I walked up there and I had seen them already doing one where they put it on the ground and the person like stands on the neck and bounces up and down. And I walked up with Bully. I was
They had,
like,
all the do not cross like looking tape all across their booth and
oh
stuff.
yeah. I walked up there and they had their display one and I was like, hey, and I'd already gone over and talked to them because actually I don't know if you've ever seen him. His name's Glenn Fricker. He does a channel out of Canada called Spectre Sound Studios. He talks about like home studio recording and stuff, mostly for metal. But he was there, so I went and talked to him at their booth, and then I was talking to them anyway. And Bully was getting done talking, playing with some instrument, and because he had been like, if you want to go over there, go over there. Like, you don't have to be here the whole time recording me. And I was like, okay, fine. And then he comes over and I go, hey, can you show my buddy? And I'd already told them about the whole like Gibson SG blunt force guillotine situation they'd had at the Summer NAMM years before. And I was like, he's had a really horrible time where he's seen an instrument get busted here. And they were like, yeah, that won't happen with ours. I was like, I know, I have a plan. And then when Bully came over, I was like, hey, can you show him? And I talked to him and the guy said, oh, I can just pretend like I'm going to hand it to you and then drop it. And I was like, this would be perfect. Now Bully's going to think in slow motion, his brain's going to run at the speed of light of, I just saw another guitar break. This is going to be blamed on me somehow. And I was like, hey, you mind if I see that? And the guy goes, no, and just throws it to the floor and then jumps on it. It was great. Bully's like, don't.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
And then the guy like picks it up and he's like, and just strums it and it's still in key and tune and all that. And he's like, that's fine.
That's wild.
Here, you want to see it? I was like,
Yeah, here you go.
no, not now. But it was great because I was talking to one of their design guys who was one of the people running the booth. And I was like, you guys make, I know it's mostly for the metal scene, but like you guys make all these awesome instruments. Do you guys do a bass? And he's like, no, we don't do a bass, but we're designing one. And I was like, ooh, do tell.
This year.
I was like, what are you designing? He goes, well, we're planning that we're going to do it headless. And I was like,
that's your alley all the way.
He goes, and it'll be multi-scale.
That's extra your alley. Keep going.
Bully just looks at me and goes, got you
That's
a new
your guy.
bass. I was like,
that's your guy, dude.
I said, if you put a passive switch on it, we're done.
Son of a bitch.
So I've messaged them a few times this year. They were hoping to have had it for Guitar Summit, but something in development got it pushed back. So he didn't say it will be at NAMM, but he said he's very hopeful it'll be at NAMM. So
I'd be down to try it.
I'm highly doubtful they're willing. Like he hasn't said anything yes or no about letting me try one. But when I told him I would be super interested, he was like, oh yeah, sounds good. But you know, that's not a, we'll send you one to try. That's a, we're happy to sell you one at full price so you can try it out. But
yeah,
like, I'm just waiting because it'd be really cool. And especially with the way, like, I love the alternative building stuff. Like, I love Close using the carbon fiber. I love, like, if they're, I don't remember what they call their material. It's like roofalanium or something. It's not roofalin, I know that. But, you can really get down with that.
Hit him with a roofie.
There you go.
There you go.
Do that. That's how I'm going to get my new bass to try out. By the way, does this beer taste funny to you? Does this beer taste funny? They actually had it at their booth. Like, that was the funny thing was I think they're from Poland, and Glenn Fricker was giving them shit. And he's like, you guys brought non-alcoholic beer? I thought you were Poles, for God's sake. And it was like, okay. I mean, he's Canadian. He's used to having beer around, I guess. But here you go. But it was just like I want to see them because I hope they have the base done. I want to see Hills. Those are the two biggest ones, and then it's just the Labella guy was super cool last year. I'd be happy to go see him.
Oh, Jimmy Cabernita. Yeah, Jimmy from Cabernita Guitars.
I'm not going to say that I'm going to work. I'm not going to say that I have any plans to go to Roto Sound for no particular reason, especially without Sono here to talk. But yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah,
I would, man,
maybe set up an interview with him for the last
that'd
day.
Be cool. Yeah, that'd be fire.
Yeah, no,
I'll go really well. Meet Doug Whitmish on the way in. That was cool.
See how many famous people walk past me that I don't know who they are, like last year, where apparently I walked directly by 3 different, like, everybody knows who they are, and it might have just been because I wasn't looking for them, but also, like, after it was, I think it was like 30 minutes after we'd met back up and you'd gotten your Joe Dart paper signed. That
I still have that. That's on my shelf over here.
Oh, I saw it on your video, and I think it was like 30 minutes after that, Bully was telling me when we were walking by, he's like, that's cool, Floof got that signed. He's like, I thought about going and saying something to him, but, you know, he had a bunch of people with him. I was like, oh, did we go by him? He's like, we walked right past him. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I know so little about bass and its players. I could probably walk up to Joe Dart and still not know who he was because I just don't follow things.
If I walked up to Joe Dart, I would instantly recognize who he is, fall over, and probably not know what to do. That would be funny.
Slightly different.
Yeah.
But
Sono saying
either way,
Roto Sound, bro, I'm dead.
Do
what? Sono just said that he totally forgot about Roto Sound.
Oh,
that's tough, bro.
That's okay. That's what happened with us while we were at NAMM.
Yeah. I should say, you know,
requesting Ivy bass reviews, affordable entry level. I bought one, and so far I'm loving the quality. I play on my Twitch stream, and many viewers believe me when I lie and say it's boutique. So I don't know if they have. I've heard about them, but I don't know. Let me see if they have a booth. IYV. IVY? So I tried IYV, which is what they have, and then I tried IVY because I thought it might have been a typo. And the only thing that came up is Bass Poison Ivy Bass Fuzz.
So it is IYV guitars. I found their website. They do sell.
I've heard about. I saw
stuff.
one on a Facebook community earlier today that someone found one like a Guitar Center multi-scale headless for like $250, and I was like, IYV doesn't work with periods in it, so I'm gonna guess either they're owned by a larger company or they're not going to be there.
Yeah, I'm really, really hoping Ashtown just finds a way and pulls through. I'd be kind of bummed if Ashtown didn't pull up. I really, really liked their booth last year. And I'm like,
they have
kind of hooked on the Ashtown thing. Oh, perfect. Good.
Yeah, I already added them to.
Yeah, that would be hard on my itinerary, dude. Because, like, especially, like, you know, with Johnny being out in the UK, I'm like, man, if they're looking for, like, people in the US market to just, like, check out their stuff, I'd be so on board.
Did you watch their collective live stream for all of them?
The YouTube one? Yeah. I was going to be on there, but I couldn't make it.
Oh.
Yeah, I was going to put the floofies on there, too. I told Johnny the night before.
Invited.
I wasn't. I went up to Johnny the night before, and I said, bro.
Party.
Yeah, pretty much. I DM'd Johnny on Instagram, and I went, yo, dude, so, like, let's say for the sake of argument, you know, I recorded the floofies already, and I just go and edit the whole thing and do it in one night. And if I did that, would you let me on the live stream tomorrow? And what it showed me on my end originally, when I looked at the link for the live stream, it looked at it was going to be 9 a.m. my time. And I'm like, oh, that's like middle of the day for Johnny. That makes perfect sense. So I was like, yeah, I'll get up at like 9 a.m., pull up and just throw down just hang out because I worked a closing shift that day. But the stream started as I started work that day.
I
So it
remembered you being in the
a bummer.
chat because I was getting, like, I got off work and saw it and put in a message, and then I just let it play as my radio all the way home. And then when I got home, I put in a couple more comments, and then it was like, yeah, but we had a family game night we have every Tuesday. So I was like, I probably shouldn't ignore everyone who's physically at my house to watch this. But
yeah.
yeah.
I took I was just in the break room. I took like an early-ish break at my job just to kind of shoot the shit, watch the stream. Yeah, man.
But
I love it. I love everybody in there, man.
Oh yeah.
I don't think Johnny's coming to NAMM this year, which is like really bummed me
Johnny-
out. Which I
Johnny
get why. He's getting married.
Johnny decided not to go this year because of money trying to be saved up for the wedding.
Yeah.
And then Chris, like they even said on there, Johnny was like, I expect everyone on this call to be at NAMM next year. And Chris was like,
the working musician, yeah, no shot.
He goes, I don't like leaving the house. And then AMP was like, same. If I'm not getting groceries or at a gig, I'm not going. Home is where
Dude,
my
actually,
shit is.
real shit though. Like that's me. That's me too. But I like to go to NAMM because it's just an excuse for me to go home.
Well, and the other side of it, AMP did say that he said he thinks going next year would be fine. Johnny said he's going. Leah said she'll go. So I was like, well, I'm already going this year. I was going to switch it to every other year if I had to, but I guess I'll do a third year in a row and then see what happens from there. Because, I mean, the fact of the matter is the only expense, once you consider everybody's share of the B&B, the only big cost is the flight. Because the B&B, by the time you factor in how many people we have, how many nights you stay, and then of course I get the food because I get a discount and I get free delivery, so that works out for everybody. But
and I grew up in Anaheim, so I just go to my parents' house. He'll pick me up and we just go from there.
Yeah,
that's kind of why
we'll just have you borrow, if your parents have a minivan, we'll have you borrow that and just shuttle us everywhere.
I've got my truck.
That fits, what, 3 people?
In the
Legally?
front.
Legally, there you go. That's the word.
Yeah. Little bit of a problem if we all pull up to. Also, I think the parking was like $50 a day, so no.
No, it wasn't like $50. I parked at a place at it's like a Garden Grove shopping center.
Oh, I meant the convention center.
Yeah, the actual convention center is like expensive as shit. But if you go to like the parking center for the Garden Grove like shopping mall, that's like super cheap comparatively. It was like probably like $20 each day or something like that, just to park there for all 8 hours. And I would pull up from like 10 and go till close.
Fair enough.
Yeah, man. But because I know it's Leah's going, right, and that'll be fun. I've never met Leah in person before.
Yeah, she'll be there. It'll be Chris, his bandmate Aristotle, and then myself and Leah. We're the only ones staying at the base house unless, because Sono had said, I was going to ask him because earlier this year,
he's going to pull up for Thursday.
Let's say late last year, if that's the play we want to do on the fact that was 5 days ago. Sono had said a month or so ago that he didn't plan on going to NAMM, but he was going to come hang out. So we'll see.
Yeah, where is the base house this year anyway?
So
He was in Diamond Bar last year.
I found 3 good options when I was looking for them, and I'd hollered at everybody, and by the time everybody had said, yeah, we were good, let's go ahead and book it, we'll all pay our shares right now, all that good stuff. There was one that literally was halfway between the Hotel Lulu and the convention center. Like we could have walked there every day.
Wow.
But for the week, it was going to be just over $3,000.
Also, wow, but a different kind of wow.
But it was 4-bedroom, I think it had like at least 1 or 2 sleeper couches. A couple of the bedrooms had 2 rooms. So it was like up to 8 guests, like 8 bed situation, quote, quote, with 4 bedrooms. So it was like, had we had more than 4 people, we're going to have, 6 or 8 people,
Suddenly
definitely
it's worth it.
would have been definitely would have been worth if the share to stay within walking distance to save Ubers and gas and any of the other stuff definitely would have been worth the $400 or $500 a person. But
Yeah.
when it was 4 people and it's almost $800 a person, it was like, nah. And then I'd found a place that looked and seemed just freaking perfect. It was 3 blocks away. So still about the distance that I walked. But it was going to be, I think, 2,100. But I find it and it's like 4 beds. And I was like, cool, there's supposed to be 4 of us. So that'll be fine. It was like 2 bedrooms, 4 beds. One's a pull-out couch. One room has 2 beds and one has a double bed. I was like, that'll be perfect. I don't care. And then I go to book it and I was like, wait a minute, why does this page seem weird? And I scroll down, it had no ratings. And when I scrolled down, it's like, we haven't put a rating because there haven't been enough ratings yet. And then I look at what ratings are there, and it was a 5-star that was like, great stay, great host, awesome. I was like, okay, so that was left by your cousin. And then the other one was a 1-star, and it was like, this host canceled on us 5 minutes before we were supposed to arrive and refused communication. We got our full refund, but we ended up having to literally last minute find a new place. I was like,
That's awful.
no, thank you.
Hard no. Yeah.
And then the one that I found, I think so I pulled it up on Airbnb's map. And what Airbnb showed was convention center, square, your Airbnb. I was like, it's 4 blocks away. This is awesome. Apparently wasn't blocks. Apparently whatever encompasses multiple blocks, like a city hub or something. So instead of it being what I was expecting, like a 10-15 minute walk, it's instead like a 5-10 minute drive. So it's not as bad as the one. It's not as bad as the one last year where it was like 25.
Where you were in
minutes.
Diamond Bar and it was 30 minutes to get there.
Yeah, it's not 20-30 minutes. It's like, I think it said like a 10-minute drive typically if you obviously if you get like an Uber or drive yourself, which they were talking about getting a rental car. Chris said he may have to get his own because he's actually playing while he's out there. So I don't know. Like I get a big discount through Walmart. Like when I looked, I think I can get an economy car, unlimited miles for like $40-50 a day. So, and the last number I heard was we can get an economy car for $200 for a week. But the question there is it going to be worth it?
I can grab one legally.
Well, and that's the thing. Like,
just pull up, so
because I'd say that's the thing. Like,
this place?
Yeah, I'll pop it in the. It's in the chat, but I'll add. Actually, you may not be in the NAMM chat because you are just staying at your house. So I'll add you. I'll add you into it right now. But the address is in there.
I can find out what the address is relative to my place, and then just if my truck can make it there and make it back, I'd totally do that for you guys. If I could save somebody a lift. I mean, I just have to get the person who is the least susceptible to motion sickness.
Whoever can be gyrated the most.
Ride. Well, actually, you know what? I'll take Leah. Leah loves cars. Leah would love my truck. I see no problems with that. I see
added you in.
Morals.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Like I said, I absolutely detest driving in cities. And most of the time when you get a rental car, it's like, okay, you're the only one allowed to drive this. So I don't know how that'll go, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. My suspicion was that unless someone could get a vehicle, whether it was like you, Sono, or somebody was going to be there in a vehicle we could all use. It was probably just going to be split an Uber to get us there, get us back, and we all ride together. But Chris was saying earlier that when he's been at NAMM, he's like, I only ever go to the show for like 3 hours a day. And I was like, well, we were there from like 10 in the morning until it closed. So he's like, yeah, I might have to get my own car. And I was like,
Yeah.
if you want to.
Yeah.
So
I like to
know.
be there the whole day. It's like my rendition of Disneyland, bro. I'll tell you what.
Which isn't too far away if you wanted the alternative.
No, my brother works there. I can get him for free.
Ah.
He can only get. I think he can only get me in for free because I'm directly related to him, though. Once you start getting out of that, it's like
this is my brother's friend and his friend's friend and his friend's friend's friend.
Here's me and the goon squad, bro. Like, can we pull up into can we pull up?
We
into
have some
Disneyland,
extra.
bro?
We have some
Is that
extra
chill?
mascot costumes we could throw on these guys so they can walk around.
Yeah, there you go.
But
I am seeing.
no,
the,
I added you into it. The address should be in there on one of the older chats. I can get.
Is it on? Is it on Instagram?
Instagram. Yeah. Let me see. Should be able to.
Let's do my requests.
Or I can just find the trip.
We've got 2 people who are like they're OnlyFans bots. I get those from time to time. Those are funny.
So you said I should just yell out on YouTube what the address is of the place we'll be staying and the dates we'll be there?
Yeah, 100%. And let them know that there's going to be a ton of expensive equipment there.
Dox
And,
ourselves immediately.
Yeah.
I mean, that's okay. Leah will be there. She could probably take out anybody who tried to come and get our stuff. It's fine. She's feisty. She'll get them.
Yeah, I'd probably lose in a fight to most people in the base house, so I
Someone
might
comes
win
in.
against you.
Somebody comes in and they're just like, I'm taking all your stuff. The next thing we see is Leah, like the T-1000, just hand bursts through their chest.
No. Leah like transcends, gets laser eyes, and just annihilates them. It's just a set of shoes on the floor.
With smoke coming out of them.
Yeah. It's like, oh man, that poor bastard never stood a chance.
Shouldn't have tried. He effed
have
around
tried,
and he found out.
Homeboy tried to rob the house, fucked around, and definitely found out fast. Yeah.
But I sent it's in Garden Grove, if that means something to you.
Yes, it does. It's not far from Anaheim. I know that. It's actually
Yeah,
just
10 minutes.
you're just south of it then, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It says like 10-minute drive to get to the convention center. So like I said, we'll see.
Great. Same thing for me. So it'd just take me about 15 minutes to get to you guys, probably.
So you're gonna back and forth it. Come pick one of us up, go to the convention center, come back, pick up another one, go back to the convention center.
Oh yeah, dog.
It'll only cost $48 in gas.
Hey, 45.
Be cheaper to get the Uber. Is what you're telling us.
Yeah. Well, yeah. My truck can make it there though, and I can make it to Garden Grove
Factor
very
in
comfortably.
California
So.
gas prices. Yes, it would
Yeah,
be cheaper
yeah.
to get someone who gets 40 miles to the gallon take you there.
Yeah. Or someone in a Tesla who doesn't have to pay for gas in California. Smartest bastards around. That's why California's or Tesla's so popular there, dog. That and everyone has money. Not me though. I got a clapped out shitbox truck from 1967.
There you go.
I don't know if goofing is Disney policy. Hey, hold on. We're not gooning. This is just the goon squad. You know, before the kids took the word goon and made it bad, it was like, oh man, it's just me and all my goons. It's like you and the folks, you know, you and the homies. Just get the goon squad.
The crew. I call them
if you
the
will,
crew.
yes. Yeah, we should probably use the crew instead of the goon squad. That probably would go over better. I guess I'll like oh no.
You might even have some
go across
T-shirts or
streets.
merch to go with it if we start calling ourselves the crew.
The crew. Nah, that
We
band
have a-
split. I only have the
I
one
know.
T-shirt.
We just put a
for
the
last
in
year.
front of it, and any old merch you have works. It's fine. Get some duct tape, write the, slap it right in front of it. Done.
Type
Here we
shit.
are.
The Crew with a K. Hold on. I still know a lot of the bass lines from that band. Let's see here. Can you guys hear this?
It's noise. There's definitely heard.
I mean, can you hear like the DI tone, or is it just me hitting it?
All I heard was a bunch of vibrating string sounds.
That does not answer my question at all.
I can't hear anything you're playing. I heard the blah.
Hit it. All right. That's honestly kind of a good thing.
I know, I'm sure you can't hear it, but there is an apple tree directly out this window that is in front of me, and there has apparently an owl has decided to live in that tree now, and every like 10 seconds it just keeps hooting, and that's what I keep hearing over and over is the same owl trying to find someone to talk to. And I haven't a Tootsie Pop to bring him, so he will be angered.
Damn it! Beat me to it.
But no, that was the whole plan for tonight's, was to figure out what the slight outline of a plan might be for the
How long have I been here?
NAMM trip.
Okay. That's awesome. I just realized how long I've been on this stream and how long I've been home. I've been making rice for the past like hour and a half. Thankfully, my rice cooker has a keep warm setting, so we're good. But
Well, I'll let you go so you can go have fun with that.
yeah, absolutely.
And,
And
it's
just
9
keep me
o'clock
posted
my
on the
time,
NAMM
and I
stuff.
get up at 5, so this is a good
Hey,
time
you go
for
to
me
bed.
as well.
All right, take it easy, brother.
Have
Have a
fun.
good night, chat. Have fun, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. So, like I said, I'm going to zoom that back in. Hopefully it works. Hey, it worked. So, that is what we have. So, not much figured out over, what I was wondering before we started, but hey, it's fine. As it goes, we will find out more, hopefully. I think all of us get there the day before NAMM, so we can get in, get settled, maybe even pick up our tickets the night before rather than having to pick them up day of. Sorry. And then we'll go from there. So I'll find some sort of content, at least the ones that I plan to go to. I plan to take this crappy little phone tripod thing. So even if I crappily set it up so it's facing me and the sky with the selfie stick, we'll see. Get some sort of content put together so that I have something to put out for a little bit, whether it's all in one big video, whether it's a bass house and a NAMM video separately, or whether it's little trickles throughout or stuff based on a theme. I don't know. Haven't figured that out, and I haven't seen anybody on here tell me how they would like to see it come out. So we'll see how stuff releases. But either way, as always, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you have a day as awesome as you are. Play the video.